My love affair with the Wind River Range of Wyoming continues. This is my fourth trip flying from Seattle to Jackson Hole, then driving to the excellent staging area of Pinedale. My plan is to start at Big Sandy Opening and hike the Big Sandy Trail to Clear and Deep Lakes, and hope for 5 to 6 days of good weather. The pronghorn antelope seemed to hold its ground as I invaded its beautiful home. I'm starting on the Big Sandy Trail, and it's all ahead of me. It's all full potential. Like a little boy, like, what will happen? What will happen on this trip? So here I go. My first view of East Tower Peak. I'm at the north end of Big Sandy Lake and rounding the corner over to the trail to Clear Lake. A little dusting of snow on Temple Peak in the middle there. You certainly feel the 3 liters of extra water. Whoa. So there is Haystack Mountain. And East Temple Peak. Looks like a prow. What a beautiful place. Clear Lake. My destination. I have wandered around a maze of boot paths, and I've decided to camp here. Yes. uh, 11 Starlink satellites all in a row. They were already separating. They weren't close like I've seen. These were 10, 12 degrees apart and not equally spaced. Most of them were, but to the north. On my second day, and I have many options, and I've decided to push camp upward up toward Deep Lake. It's outflow, by the way, on this really cool slab system. And then maybe Temple Lake. I don't know where I'll camp, but I don't have to decide now. So upward I go. Haystack Mountain. And I'm going up that way. So I can see a little bit of Deep Lake below Lost Temple Spire and East Temple Peak. And the trail's very indistinct here, but I'm assuming I go to the low spot right in there. What a place. This is the high point and the far point of my trip, the far end of the loop. And below this will be Temple Lake. I don't have words. It's just no superlatives for this part of the trip. I'll just let the video talk. The view from my tent. having my second coffee on my third day at Camp 2, and a lovely camp it is. Yesterday I went up the slab system above Clear Lake, and what a beautiful trail section that is. Below Haystack Mountain, where Fred Becky is known to come down because there's so many climbing routes. He's also from Seattle, and it just kept getting better and better with the views as I went up. Temple Lake here is 10,650 feet, and I'm a little bit above it. I like being above the lake so I can see it. I can see the entire length of it. Off to this direction is a little sandy pass above the end of the lake, and mighty Temple Peak in the dark. The sun isn't shining on it yet. What a great place. I'm doing a short day hike. I did it without my poles. Not very bright. But there I am. Whole new drainage. Oh yeah. Circle the Towers, way out there. I had my kind of mountain quality time this morning, filling my spiritual cup. It's great to be alive. I then got an impromptu thrill from topping Temple Pass and looking down into the Cirque from 11,440 feet. It brought back fond memories from 4 years ago. I packed up and hiked an embarrassingly short distance and made Camp 3 on the far side of an odd perimeter wall of huge boulders. It was like a defense to protect the beautiful Miller Lake sitting up against the steep Talus Ridge. I experimented with time-lapse of interesting clouds over the Cirque, which my tent directly faced. The weather started changing this morning. Breezier and cloudier. I have closed the Clear Lake, Deep Lake, Temple Lake, Miller Lake Loop. And now onward to Camp 4 on Big Sandy Lake. As I set up Camp 4, my GoPro batteries wore out despite sleeping with them for 4 nights. Then it became Creepshow. Sitting in my camp chair against a large boulder, enjoying the scene, I felt the creepy little paws of a ground squirrel on my left shoulder. Then, totally dark, something crawled on my left ankle. This is obviously a well-used campsite. Partially in my overly warm sleeping bag, something touched my bare right thigh. Then, after zipping up the tent door, my hair moved. I had a gorgeous, mostly sunny morning, then hiked back to Big Sandy Opening.
Doors to you. I say follow your bliss and don't be afraid, and doors will open where you didn't know they were going to be.
I always have to remember to pull in my big belly.